so they're the easy ones done. Now let's go get ourselves a wither skeleton. The hell is that thing? Oh god, I've got to be careful. Okay, here we go, we got one. Now I have no idea how to get this guy back safely. I'm completely lost. Ah! Okay, here's a couple friendly boys. Okay, let's see. 2 is better than 1. Let's see if we can lure them back safely without getting our butts handed to us. That's it, guys. Mind the lava. And then we'll lure them up. How they go with stairs? You guys good with stairs? Oh, you're the stair master. Okay, that's why we got 2 of them. This is a path that I prepared earlier. So I think we should be good to lure them all the way back. And then this one can go behind them there. Alrighty. Not far to go. We'll just trap them there. They're awfully close. Can you go back one, please? So they're going to land right here, which is why we brought some nets. Okay, I think we've managed to do it. So now if we just maybe play it safe, put one in front of me, let them walk one more square. Fall in the damn hole, man. Okay, I think we're going to have to be brave here and knock this one out and hope it falls down. There we go. You good down there? I think it's good. And away we go. If I can just... This guy. We did it. Oh my god, we did it. We got a wither skeleton focus. I think we're good to get out of here now. Now, if you recall in the last episode, we had a bit of a play around with Conjuring, the mod. This guy here. And we ended it by making a zombie piglin spawner. Well, a zombie pig conjuring focus, which you put into the conjurer, like the thing in this room behind us, in order to spawn zombie piglins. Anyway, you can make these focuses for any mod that's not blacklisted. And you can see the list of the blacklisted mobs just in the config settings here. And it just looks like it's basically any non-vanilla mob, except for the Wither and the Ender Dragon, because, you know, that'd be kind of insane to be able to spawn them from this thing. These passive mobs that we captured at the beginning, the cow, chicken, and sheep, and rabbit. I knew there was another one. These passive mobs that we caught earlier, that was just for a bit of fun. It's good to have those focuses in our back pocket, and maybe we'll set ourselves like a bit of a task, a bit of a challenge, a focus for every mob that we can. A bit like Pokemon, I guess. But these guys here, these 6'4" wither skeleton SOPs, they're actually so much more profitable as they drop some really great loot, such as, I mean, their own skulls for one, which you need to summon in the Wither, as well as these things called cursed droplets, which we're going to need to make another kind of mob farm today, which is, I believe, like super OP, and that is, of course, cursed dirt. So you just need 4 cursed droplets to make cursed seeds, and that spreads like grass does. And we can also use them to upgrade our golden lasso, which currently houses our dragon, into something that lets us capture hostile mobs, which will make getting the future focuses so much easier. And you can actually just upgrade that real quickly into a diamond lasso that lets you hold anything. I think even villages and things like that, so it makes moving things around much easier. Now, I did try finding a wither skeleton spawner, like the vanilla spawners, which I have heard that you can get in graveyards. But I just didn't have any luck. I went through a few graveyards. I could keep my eye out for that, but I guess we have no point now that we've got this Conjuring one behind us. Now, this farm behind us here is an incredibly inefficient and, dare I say, like even boring mob farm. It's a single conjurer. It's not even upgraded, just in the side of a hill here, and we're not even sorting the drops. That's because this farm, like all good things in life, is temporary. This is just our little testing ground. Our real mob farm is going to be somewhere that's not ready yet. If all goes to plan, and I don't see why it wouldn't, we'll be getting our mob farm area prepared on the next stream. Now, it's quite a big project, but I found a really fun way to do it with the mods. And I'm being pretty cryptic here, aren't I? On the previous stream, I just did a little bit of work here, tidying up things. Like we got this nice path set in. We finally built a path up to the house here, so we have a proper entrance. And downstairs here, I just tried to decorate a little bit what was a cow slaughtering station and the storage for our auto farm up there. And I converted this guy into a sheep shearer. Whoa, that's more than enough sheep. It's more sheep than we'll ever need, I think. Because I'm going to need a whole bunch of that wool next episode when I jump into create. All right, let's turn this off and see how much we've produced. This is a bit of a cheat. I've actually come down here and emptied out a lot of the junk. Like these stone swords we just do not need. There's actually a surprising amount of junk that we could probably just let despawn over there. But we got a couple more heads, which is cool, and a whole bunch of cursed droplets, which is a quest apparently. A wheat seed, wasn't it? Put that in the middle, surround it with this guy, and there's your cursed dirt seeds. Oh, let's see. Oh, before we do that, what I should do, we could probably upgrade this guy just a bit with these gems. Fairly basic stuff, but there's 4 gems that make the conjurer go faster, producing more mobs, etc. We can craft them all up pretty easily, but for that we'll need a gem tinkerer, which I guess you build... Nope, gem tinkerer. That was very odd. But now this guy can just go there. Oh, isn't it cute? So you can decrease the time between summoning cycles, increase the amount of creatures each cycle, increase the range in which they'll sense your player to start activating, and then we'll spawn more in even if there's a whole bunch already in the area. We'll just do one at a time. So I think we do that first, and then we click it. And then we do we use this guy? What am I doing wrong here? The gem tinkerer is a very special kind of runic apparatus required to create aspect gems. Oh, it's a shift right click. Oh, look at it go. We're going to do this little animation thing. Shift right click. Okay, it does say shift right click. I'm just blind. Really cool sound effects. That's all of them. Now, to get these into the conjurer, you need to put them in a gem socket. So we should be able to craft up these gem sockets in the Soulfire Forge with nether brick, lesser conjuration, and soul alloy. And we'll need 4 soul alloys. And we'll light this up. So I had been looking at ways to automate this process, but it seems like maybe there's a bug in the pack, because regular dispensers wouldn't light the Soulfire Forge, even with a handle. I couldn't get nether portals lit with them. So I thought I would try an igniter, which is from the Kibe pack, but yeah, sadly, same thing. Because it'd be pretty helpful if we could find a way to automate this so I didn't have to come back every time and relight it. Oh well, not a biggie though. It seems like we're all out of essence, so I might have to go break one of these ones. Zombie. Oh, don't tell me. I broke it for nothing. I've already got a bunch here in my evil bag. God, that was silly. I'm unlikely to use those spawners anyway, so I shouldn't be too bothered. So with that, we come here. We're going to make 4 of these guys. Light them up. And then I take it you can just put things in. Yep. And 4. We'll add these into this guy. Turn that back on and see if we get much difference. It would help if I destroyed the block underneath their feet so they can fall in. You falling in? Alright. Now, unfortunately, we've only got these 2 nether stars. I went through every single chest back at home base. It looks like the only way we can really get them is by killing withers. Anyway, at the moment, we only have the 2 of them. And I was really tempted to buy this soul alloy pickaxe, which is just 3 soul alloys, which aren't too bad. Conjuration essence, which we have way too many of, we just found out, and a soul slice. But this guy is pretty expensive. 1 nether star will give us 2 of them. Or alternatively, instead of using our soul slice on upgrading a tool, which I want. Like, I really want this guy. It looks cool. Maybe instead we could use our 2 nether stars, and that'll be able to get us this guy, the stabilized conjuration focus, which, if I remember correctly, means that the player doesn't need to be there. Once inserted into the conjurer, it will start mimicking a player's presence, practically allowing for perpetual summoning. Something we can do, though, is set up this guy. What's it called? The XP storage. We can take this guy down here now, and we can get this set up to suck up all the XP. And then we make a redstone torch, and I think I said you just hit this with it. There you go. It doesn't tell you what it's doing, but oh, there we go. This is a book mode. That's hopper mode to suck up XP. Now, it's going to cost us both our nether stars, so we couldn't even set up something like a beacon. But I think it's worth getting one of these stabilized conjuring focuses. As well, we can always get more nether stars later, and it would kind of be a shame to leave this process kind of half-baked, right? We'll fire that one up. It's a slow one. It's a full minute. And there's our 4 soul slice, and with that, we need some of these. And with that, we should be able to make our stabilize conjuration focus thingamajiggy, which takes a while. Now, I'm starting to think that this might be a bit too endgame for where we are at the moment, because I was just giving it a read here, and it says, considering how expensive a stabilized focus is, cleaning and reusing it might seem practical. To accomplish this, one can utilize distilled spirit. This freakish fluid is obtained by imbuing 4 pieces of conjuration essence into a plain old glass bottle using a soul weaver, which is a ritual. Oh god, that would require building this guy. Some crafting process like those involved in fabricating soul alloy tools can be very involved and consequently require the ritual of weaving to be carried out. Alright, so if I understand correctly, we use our stabilized conjuring focus to capture a wither skeleton, and we get the distilled spirit from setting up a soul weaver. Like so. Oh, I understand now. You can reuse this guy. Oh, so I didn't need to go through that. The distilled spirit is when you want to wash away whatever soul is currently trapped in there. Oh, okay, that's cool and all. We don't really need it for now, though. What we can do, though, is hopefully not lose our dragon in the process, but we can upgrade that. So we might lose the dragon from doing that. Let me just free the guy. Let him chill out over here. You stay there. Then we should be able to upgrade that into one of them. Oh, it looks like we also need another golden lasso. Let's get our diamond. Get another gold. Combine them, we need 2 diamonds. And we are quick running out of diamonds. And that's a diamond lasso. That, I'm pretty sure, lets us nab any mob in the game. Oh, we got a golden lasso as a reward for the cursed lasso. That is rich. It just made another one. So now we have a spare golden lasso. Oh god. Well, I know what I'm doing with this guy. Make you get. Apparently he loves being in there. And with our handy diamond lasso, we should be able to quickly nab one of these guys. Any minute now. Okay, we got a wither skeleton in there. And then we grab some things that they drop. Spooky, scary skeleton. Let's just grab coal and withered bones. Head back to Conjuring. Oh, we've got to get this prepared first. That one. The big guy in there. We're going to release and then use the scepter. Like, release. See you, buddy. And if we take this one back, we should be able to replace the focus in there. I thought I put you in my lasso. You all saw it, right? I'm not going crazy. I put that guy back. Anyway, And now if we go in, we should be able to just, oh, not fall on that. I'm not sure what would have happened then. We'll replace this one with the stabilized conjuring focus. Then we'll just empty out this chest. Get rid of that, and we can just monitor what comes in. That's basically just to see now. Anything that comes in will get stuck in this chest. Now, there is a limitation to this guy. Where's that skeleton? You're up the tree. I would have figured it would be safe up there. I'm guessing it spawned in here. So I don't think they can spawn on trees. But anyway. Something I want to test though is, from what I understand, while the, what's it called? While the stabilized conjuring focus is in there, imitating a player presence, so that'll mean that mobs do spawn in, even if we're further away. However, mobs will still despawn if the player goes more than 128 blocks away. So I think what I should do is go 128 blocks. We're at minus 1185. I'll take a bed. Okay, so that's 100 blocks away. So around here. This should be a far enough distance away for the mobs to despawn. We'll just check once again. There's nothing in that chest, and this chest can't empty. So we'll cover this up, make it dark in there, and then I'll quickly teleport all the way over there and we'll see if anything spawns in. It's very pretty over here. It's not exactly going to work if we don't load in the chunk. Or pop a hole in the bottom. All right, let's try that again. So we'll pop a hole in the bottom, cover this up. I'll quickly claim this chunk and keep it active. So now this is a force loaded chunk. We'll turn it off, get the hell out of there. We'll just hang out here for a little bit, have a look around, maybe go for a swim, and I'll just go fishing for a little bit. And when we head back, I expect there to be no drops. Right? That's the idea. I mean, it doesn't seem like a very scientific-y kind of test, does it? I probably should have run it for a while first. All right, let's head back real quick and try and turn that thing off. Turn it off. Why is the dragon back there? Why is the dragon back there? I put you in here. We all saw it. Something is very sus there. Okay, what kind of loot do we have? Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay. I mean, that's kind of as to be expected. No, it's not blocked. They can get through. We are well outside of the 16 block radius now, but I suspect because we're less than 128 blocks away, it should be good. It should still be spawning in. While it's doing that, I wanted to figure out a way to automatically extract the enchants from these things. Like, you'll recall that what we've been doing in the past was like this, where you put the, what do? You put the book down, item you want to extract the enchant from. You right click with the flint and steel, it eats up the item and gives you an enchanted book, right? Now I wonder if there's some way to automate this, because that is kind of tiresome. So let's look at getting like a dispenser maybe. If we were to give that books. Oops. That shoots them pretty far away. What if instead we put it here like this? No. It's just literally dropping them on there. Okay. We have this thing called a placer. A placer from Kibe and a placer dispenser, dropper, smooth stone. Oh, this one's a bit more complicated. Maybe this one will work. We'll fill it up with some of them, and it doesn't seem to like books. I suspect that's more about placing blocks, right? Yeah. And probably not the Kibe one either, but no harm in trying. Give it some books. Oh, it doesn't want to take books. Yeah, this one definitely won't work, as it doesn't even take the books. I think perhaps we might have to wait till we get the deployer from Create which I'll be starting next time. So maybe next episode we can get this sorted out. All right, let's go have a quick look at how our gathering has been going and have a look-see. So I suspect it should have a healthy amount of things in there, right? Yeah, definitely ran while we were away. That's good to know. That's actually great to know. As now, there's no reason to not just leave this running the whole time. Well, we can get to work placing this guy somewhere far away from our base. You didn't think I was going to plant it here, did you? What do you take me for? A complete nincompoop? How about we come over to here, chop a tree with a bucket. Now, the way this cursed dirt is, it can only spread 16 blocks from the center, which is quite a large area. So 16 from the center is actually like a 32 or 33 wide, which is really long. That would be from that block there, right where the cursor is, to this block that we're standing on as a circle. That's an incredibly enormous area. And if anything, a bit overkill. So let's just do a similar size to our Conjuring farm over there. Now, I haven't played around with this, not even in creative. So we're playing with fire here. And I'm more than a little worried about it. So we're just going to be super careful. And like in case of this thing with our old friend, like so. I guess there's a chance that Endermen are going to spawn, right? Endermen are the biggest mobs we have, so we'll make it 3. Actually, something we should probably get is rid of all this junk in our inventory. And then we could probably have a look at if we have any amethyst shards. Because with this, just like in vanilla, we can make the glass, right? So tinted glass, just like in vanilla, doesn't allow light to pass through. But then there's this thing, opaque to light, so light doesn't pass through, and allows passage while sneaking. That's really cool. So this blocks passage, but if you sneak, you can pass through. Oh, that's really cool. Actually, let's put this guy over in the corner here. And they'll come forward and we'll just do like we did with the last one, where we have them falling down here onto some spikes. So we need a bunch of dye. And I found the quickest way is to just use Botania here. Plant some petals. Because really all it costs you is a little bit of time and bone meal. So for an area this big, which is basically 8 by 8, we're going to need... Sorry, it's 9 by 9, isn't it? For an area that's a 9 by 9, we're going to need basically around 80 of these. We have 17. Okay, that's enough. So just like with the last place, we'll wire them up. Turn these on. Okay. All right, now we carefully, without falling in ourselves, set some of these up. All right, are you guys ready? Because I'm sure as hell not. From what I understand, I can just plant this seed somehow in there. Oh, perhaps this needs to be grass. So it spreads like grass. Do I plant it on grass? Maybe it's too bright in there right now. Turn the lights off. Maybe because it's so damn bright out here, we'll quickly pass the day away, which we can in our coffin. Okay, now that it's dark in there, I wonder if we can place it now. So let's see. I'm hoping that I can plant it and then jump out of here. Yes, we can. Okay, now I'm terrified. Just get out of there. Get rid of this. Hopefully it's spread underneath all that. No, it's not spreading. Okay, now I'm really paranoid. That's cursed dirt. Is it not sufficiently dark in here? Oh no, it's dark. They're spawnable blocks. Oh, it is spreading. Wow, just really slowly. So I guess the question is whether or not it will spread underneath these conveyor belts here. Oh, we have our first mob. We have our first mob. I was out there playing around. We'll get to the items in a second. What is that? Oh, that must be some cursed stuff. That's going to be dangerous. What is that? Oh my god, it's a mimic. Somehow I'm going to have to get in here and put these in. Yeah, we did that safely enough. Ah, the items are getting stuck in there. Let's set up a bit of a storage center. Again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. This is all just temporary. And we'll move it in a couple episodes once we have our proper mob farm set up. Okay, I think we found a huge fault. I think we found a huge flaw here already. Thankfully, the cursed dirt is definitely spreading. You can see it's already infested these blocks here. If I can stop. I'm going to stop double tapping. And this little dude here can't see us when we stare right at his face. What we're definitely going to have to do is have a larger pit for them to fall in. Maybe a 2x3. So 3 across and 2 wide might be good enough. Okay, I'll go get all the bits and pieces we need to store the items in XP and a few more diamond spikes, and we'll come right back. Okay, we should have everything that we need. So I'll just make a loud entrance. First things first, I'm just going to expand this guy. I think we have to do this for the stupid spiders. And sadly, it means losing a couple of spawnable blocks too. Now I can turn this on because I want to test out if this vacuum hopper thing, and I want to see if this is able to draw out all those items in there through the walls. Now the game's going to really lag out soon if I don't hurry, so is this enough to suck them up? No, it needs access. Okay, this seems to be working well. So there's 2 things. We need to extract the levels from this as well as all these items. And the items are a bit of a mess at the moment. So let's try this out. We'll just use Industrial Revolution item cables, item pipes, which we can feed in with a servo, which I didn't bring. So I'm hoping that... Oh my god, I thought that said 1 level. 1 level! It's 81 levels. Damn, don't scare me like that, man. So if we put it there, I'm hoping it actually sucks up levels before it gets to this guy. But worst case scenario, we can also just use some item fluids, thingamajiggies. And put a servo here, so that should have... I don't want to carry all this junk. You don't work? Oh, yep, that's drained. That's drained all its levels now. And another servo down here. Nothing's blacklisted. It can push out whatever it wants. I think it'd probably be smart to put it inside a chest, wouldn't it? We'll have it all buffer through a gold chest. Okay, so... And the chest will just work here as a buffer, so everything should get stored in here before it finds its way to one of these spots. Now comes the fun part where you have to configure auto input on the back. And I think I can just copy that, right? Yeah, so you can Control C and Control V. Well, it's kind of annoying because you still have to go into the configure slots first. And so it doesn't look like these conveyor belts work very well with these funny looking guys. But we do have these things called vector plates. I'm not sure if they operate any different, to be honest. Maybe this will do the job. They are significantly harder to break. With the lights on, it should be a bit safer to do this. If we can just replace these with some of these guys. Ah, they can't resist. So I think that means we knock out them. I can shift right, thankfully. Given the right conditions, the following mobs can spawn. Oh. See that? You shift right click on it, it tells you what can spawn here. Oh, that's so handy. Okay, let's try that out and see if it's any better. Endermen stand no chance. They cannot resist. Spiders no chance. The spawn rates are a little underwhelming, if I'm honest. Oh, what are you doing? I guess that's not a big drama. Somebody else will bump this one in. So now it's kind of just a matter of taking out items that don't really belong in here. And I guess making a trash can, which I think we have them here. Fluids, items, and energy. And we'll just have to filter out select items to send them straight to trash. Okay, so coming back and forth from the house so many times, I've actually discovered quite a nifty way to travel fast. So off camera, I was a little bit cheeky and I got this cloud in a bottle, which gives you the double jump effect, which gives you the ability to double jump, you know. But when you do that jump while in the air, it actually propels you forward super fast. So remember, I also have this dash enchantment here on the pants. If you jump and then dash and then do the second jump again, you get taken incredibly far. Check this out. Jump, dash, jump. Well, you know, not bad. That's a pretty fun way to get around. Okay, so we were looking for a trash can. And I'll take my quest. Thank you. Now I want to set up a servo on this guy. Jesus, what is... Someone's banging at the door. If we do a little experiment here, and we set a whitelist on hats, what's that going to do? It takes the hats, even the enchanted ones. Can we limit it to ignore item damage, match item NBT? Okay, so now when we put this enchanted one in there, it should stay, but the leather cap will pop in. So this means we're just throwing out items that aren't enchanted, and the enchanted ones will just pile up here. Unenchanted bows we also have no use for. We might actually run out of space here. And nothing there we would miss losing. Golden helmet. It's doing some odd things like golden helmets, leather caps. Golden helmets, leather caps. And if you lock these chests, you should be able to just grab the items inside without the slots being reset. Like I can grab these guys now. It goes down to 0. Won't be stolen. Cool. I can't believe we did that. And maybe I'll end up just trashing everything that can't find a spot. But this guy at least will tell us what's what. So now I can come in here and just collect levels. And this thing has no limit. Or I think the limit's so astronomically high that the little farm here won't actually ever reach it. What are you? His head just fell off as he was dying. Anyway, so it's not often that we have a bit of spare time at the end of the episode. So I think the best way for us to spend this time is to probably finish the Dark Enchanter that's over my right shoulder there. Because now that we have these mob farms set up, we have the required items to do the whole Dark Shrine shebang and get that 20% discount. So our Dark Enchanter here, which is only giving us 7% discounts on items at the moment, we want to ratchet that up to 20%. It's going to look a little bit silly, but I'm just going to build it here off the side of this thing. It's going to be 2 blocks further out than this, and it definitely won't stay there. I don't like the look of it there. So it was just another row of glass. And then I believe this is going to be 30 crying obsidians. Like so. Then you build up 5 high obsidian dowels on the side. Okay, it's looking pretty menacing. And then you get to build this funny thing here, the Dark Conduit, which requires skeleton heads, wither heads, ghast tears, a whole bunch of things. I guess we better add ghast farm to the list. Now I just do this till I can get 8 ghast tears. Oh, there's got to be a better way to spend my time. Now we can't actually automate this yet until we get Create set up. It seems the deployer from Create is what's keeping us gated behind a whole bunch of automation. And And 8. Okay. Wonderful. It only took me like almost 2 stacks. So the thing that we were waiting for earlier that we needed in order to get access to these things, to these dark conduits, was the wither skeleton skulls. But it now looks like we have enough. Yes, thankfully. It seems what we don't have enough of, though, is just the regular skeleton skulls. Okay, these guys might be taking care of themselves. Okay, we've actually got beheading on our axe here, so I might just try and get the final cut on some of these guys. It just so happened that our 100th skeleton was the final piece of the puzzle there. And with that, I'm hoping we can make some of these. We need 4 of them. 4 soul torches. And 4 dark conduits. Okay, here's our evil-looking dark enchantment station. Now I think we just need a bunch of bookshelves. Does that give us our 20% discount? 14% discount. What am I missing here? Well, perhaps 14 is just the biggest discount we can get in this pack. We did get 7 with the first ring of books, and so it makes sense that the second ring would just be double. It's a shame, but it's better than nothing, and beggars can't be choosers. All right, let's just wrap things up by having a quick look back at our farm. How's this been going while we've been away? Okay, so it's definitely been running. I'm not sure why these bows aren't transferring. Do you guys have any idea? Okay, so 94 levels we have in total to play around with. Remember, each level is like exponentially bigger than the previous one, so that 90 levels equals like a whole bunch of enchanting. And yeah, we got a healthy start here to things, I guess. I suspect our final cursed dirt farm that we build might actually just take advantage of the full 16 block radius around the middle block. All right, let's just do a quick recap here before calling it a day. So, Conjuring and cursed dirt mob farms, both super badass. Both can spawn mobs in when the player isn't around, although those mobs will just despawn if you go more than 128 blocks away, which is just how mob mechanics work. Cursed Dirt will spawn in any hostile mob that could normally spawn in that location, meaning that it's biome and dimension specific. For example, we won't see any wither skeletons or magma cubes spawning in here behind us, but those would spawn in on Cursed Dirt in their respective biomes in the nether. Alternatively, we can spawn nearly any vanilla mob in the game, except for withers and ender dragons. We can do that with the Conjurer here, regardless of the biome or the dimension that we're in. So it seems fairly clear that they both serve different purposes. Cursed Dirt farms for XP and general mob drops. Conjurer for anything specific. And also for XP, I suppose. You probably shouldn't leave those XP orbs lying around the ground just causing lag. What's more, I didn't even mention deep mob learning, which is yet another approach to mob farming. But we're kicking that can way down the road. Okay, that's it. That's the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back next time for some Create with a capital C. And don't forget, on stream later this week, I'll be draining this whole ocean monument with the Create mod. Oops, I let the cat out of the bag on that one. See you next time.